Hi, my name's Kyle Shannon. I'm from Denver, Colorado. So I moved around a lot as a kid, and between 4th and 5th grade, I changed schools, and they didn't have my records from my previous school, and they had made me take some psychology test. And so I was going over the results with the counselor or the teacher, whoever it was, and they left the room and they left the teaching guide or the answer guide to the psychology test open to the page that my thing was on, and there was this drawing that was a grid that you had to color in with colored pencils, and I made a really cool geometric thing. And I saw on the answer guide it said if the drawing looks like this, and it looked exactly like mine, it was geometric and it was very symmetrical, it's the sign of a less creative mind than if it looks like this. It was all chaotic. And in that moment, I was like, oh my God, I'm not creative. I thought I was really creative. And it was this panic. It was like this existential thing in 4th grade. And I realized I'm not creative. The book said so. The answer was clear. You have a less creative mind. So I'm now thinking about all this stuff in retrospect. I don't think I was conscious of this for most of my life, but I think in that moment, I made a decision, made a choice to do everything in my power to be as creative as possible. So I think I rebelled against the answer. So like, oh, you think I have a less creative mind? Watch this. And so I just did everything I could to be creative. What was creative, or what was the opposite thing to say? So I sort of took the road less traveled, and I very much thought about is it creative? Is it? And so I think I bucked against it for years. So I think the challenge I overcame, or tried to overcome, was that it said I wasn't creative, and I did everything in my power to be creative. I think secretly deep down, what I always realized was that I knew the secret, which was that book told me I wasn't creative. So the result of that subconscious knowledge of not being creative and then doing everything in my power to be creative, what it's created is I'm incredibly creative. And I think because of that very deep insecurity that I'm not really creative, I tend to set a very high bar for myself. For example, it wasn't until I wrote my 4th complete feature-length screenplay that I felt I had earned the right to call myself a writer. And so my creative life is like that. Like, when I choose to do something, I have to do it at a very, very high level, because I know deep down, secretly, I'm not creative. And what I've learned, over the decades since then is I actually am creative, and that test was bullshit, but it really did help shape who I am. From my story to yours, this is Kyle Shannon, and I am not a less creative mind. I am a more creative mind. Thank you very much.